So a couple of months ago, we did a video on the best accessories for the iPhone 13 Pro, and you guys seem to really like that. Personally, I'm a huge nerd for little tech accessories, and I'm always on the hunt for them. It's a new year now, so I have an awesome new list of accessories for you. Let's ramble.
Hold up, things go wild when I pull up. They all on me like it wants.
Hey, what's up guys? It's great to see you all again. And if you're new here, I'm Patrick, and this is where I ramble about tech and other stuff. So like I said in the intro, I'm always looking for cool tech to make my main tech even better. I carry my iPhone 13 Pro with me everywhere I go. I guess you could say it's my main piece of tech, so I love finding awesome accessories for it. As always, I have some really great everyday staples for you, as well as some more unusual tech that I'm pretty sure you haven't seen before. So be sure to stick around for that. All right, so let's start with something not so unusual, but useful and really beautiful. And that is this wallet by Mouse. I love this thing. In my opinion, it's much nicer than the ones made by Apple. It feels much more substantial and the magnets are way better. There's just no way you can get this off unless you actually dig your fingers in there and pry it off. It's made out of this high quality black leather, great stitching, has microfiber lining so it doesn't mess up your cards, and on the back it has 166 of these little silicone dots to prevent your phone from scratching. It's also designed to fit perfectly underneath the new bigger camera bump, which is nice. There's not much more to say. I mean, it's a wallet, but it's definitely one of the nicest ones I've seen. I can definitely recommend it. If you're not into leather, there is a wallet made out of vegan leather by Moft. And this wallet is a little more than just a wallet. It is also a stand which you can use in several different orientations, and I like to use it as a loop for my finger to have some extra grip on my phone. I did a full review on one of these wallets a while back, I'll link it up here, but I think these have better magnets now and some new colors. If you're looking for a multi-purpose wallet and a kickstand, this could be an interesting option for you. All right, moving on to some cases. I love the way the iPhone looks naked. I mean, it's a beautiful design, but I'm dead scared to drop this thing and crack the screen or the backside, so kids, always wear protection. The way I see it, there are three main categories of cases: those that look beautiful, those that protect, and those that are as inconspicuous as possible. The first one is easy for me. I've always had a soft spot for this saddle brown leather case by Apple. I just love the patina they develop over time, you know, that sheen they get. I think it gives it character and it looks awesome. But these cases are not built to get wet or dirty. They just look nice while offering some protection. If I want to feel like my phone can be dropped without having to worry, I'm super into Mouse lately. They make cases that feel like a tank without looking hideous. I used to use OtterBox for that, but they just look and feel really clunky. These offer the same level of protection, but they look much nicer, and I actually prefer the materials used on them. I like their MagSafe cases a lot, and this one is probably my favorite. It has some kind of rubbery, fabricy finish that provides a lot of grip. It feels great in the hand. They have a lot of options on their website. Links to that, as well as everything you see in the video, will be in the description below, so you can check it out for yourself. If I know I'm gonna go somewhere where I'll be carrying my phone in my pocket and I need it to be thin and light, I always go for a Pitaka case. These things are razor thin, but surprisingly sturdy. I mean, look at this thing. It must be some of the thinnest cases out there and the closest thing to rocking your iPhone naked. I love their designs, especially the carbon fiber looking ones. Great option if you want to keep your phone as slim as possible. Right, I have some really interesting earbuds today. I'm not big into AirPods. I usually use my trusty old Jabras, but recently I was sent these Hockey Time Pro Buds, and I have to say, they sound pretty darn good for the price. They retail at around $89, and that buys you pretty decent active noise canceling with transparency mode, so you can actually keep listening to your surroundings. They have ultra low latency, which means there is no noticeable lag, and they sound really clear during calls. Apparently there's 6 mics in them, so that would explain that. The battery life is good. You get about 6 hours of playback time with ANC on, which is extended to about 24 hours if you count the charging cycles of the case. One thing to note though is that these buds are quite bassy. I personally like that, but if you're not into bottom-heavy buds, these might not be for you. But if you are, the price-quality ratio on these things is spot on. Staying in the sound department, these are really interesting. They might actually be my favorite items in today's lineup. This is the Duvos iPhone-sized speaker. It's a brand new concept currently on Kickstarter, and they literally 10x their funding goals within no time. And I'm absolutely not surprised because this thing is really awesome. And it's charged by these little cables that kind of remind me of the old MagSafe chargers on a MacBook. It has ultra clear sound, you can drop it and it'll be fine. And most impressively, it has an IP67 rating, so no worries about getting these wet. and that is why these are perfect for outdoor use. You can even take them to the beach. Sand and water are not an issue. In fact, they have an indoor and outdoor mode to match your environment. The battery goes for up to 8 hours, which is great. It's magnetic, so you can stick it to any metal surface. Now, why do I have two? This is by far my favorite feature. These have TWS mode. That's what she said mode. Just kidding. TWS is true wireless stereo, and it is so good. All you need to do is pair two of them to your phone, double click the Bluetooth button, and now you have actual stereo sound. And I don't mean two speakers just blasting the same song, it's actual stereo. So if you're outside and you position these on opposite sides, maybe using the magnets, you will get a very rich audio experience. And of course, they sound incredible inside as well. You can set them up next to your phone, your iPad, or your MacBook, and change the audio from the device, which is usually not that great, to truly immersive audio.
Hold up, things go well when I pull up. They all on me like they want some. Think I got what you need, well I have none. Hop off, you're a freak and I'm handsome.
And the best part about these is that they're in the Kickstarter phase, so you can snag them up for only $79 for one or $139 for two, which is 30% below what they're gonna cost retail. This is not sponsored. They sent me these units for free, obviously, since they are pre-production models, but if the pre-production models are this good, the production models have to be flawless. Plus, the expected delivery of these things is already in March, which for Kickstarter is very soon. I mean, if you back the project, there isn't a very long wait before these actually arrive to your doorstep. I love poking around on Kickstarter to see what's new. I mean, I always include products in my videos that you can go and get straight away, some staples if you will, but I always want to show you guys some cool new tech, and curating Kickstarter is a great way to discover interesting new stuff. By the way, if you're new here and you enjoy this type of content, a sub to the channel would be amazing. Next up is something I expect to be using a lot again very soon, and that is a bike mount for my iPhone. Why? Because it's almost springtime and I have a number of small EVs to review, like this really awesome fat tire one by AUDIBLE. Now, I've used several different ones in the past, including this one by Quadlock, and they work pretty well, but the twist and lock mechanism isn't super easy to use, especially when you're wearing gloves and you can't really see it. It always takes me some time to align the case with the 4 points on the lock. Mouse, the same company that makes those rugged cases I showed you earlier, sent me their new Intralock system, and they challenged me to test it against the Quadlock mounts. And although I've yet to test it on the road, I can already see a huge benefit of this mouse one over the Quadlock, and that is the magnets. Instead of a twist and lock mechanism, it has a click mechanism. But because it has magnets, it actually guides you to the right place, so it's quite easy to position it correctly and click it right in. There you go. And it will not go anywhere unless you press these two buttons on the side, release the case from the lock. It works great in both orientations as well. So if you like to go on tours and you want to have Google Maps up or Strava or something, these are perfect. Like I said, I'll be testing those in more detail soon when I do my EV videos, so definitely tune in for those. Moving on to a great accessory for those who love to use the iPhone's amazing cameras, and that is Zhiyun's newest phone gimbal, the Smooth 5. Now, a little while ago, I featured its little brother, the Zhiyun Smooth Q3, on this channel, and while that is a great entry-level gimbal with a couple of cool features, there was one major drawback to it, and that is the relatively weak motor. The iPhone Pro models are pretty heavy phones as is, so whenever I would attach an additional thing like a sandmark lens, the gimbal would struggle and ultimately fail. This one has no problem holding up both the phone and the additional lens easy. But that's not the only thing that's great about this gimbal. First of all, let's talk about the carrying case it comes in. I mean, come on, this thing is nice. Inside, we have three things. We have the gimbal itself, we have the tabletop tripod, which is super useful, and then there is this thing, which is a magnetic light. And all you need to do then is long press the light button and boom, you have a pretty darn powerful light, which is great to light up darker spaces, but you can also just as easily just turn it around, use it like this, and light yourself in selfie mode. It comes with a couple of colorful magnetic gels that you can snap onto the light to give it different colors. The gimbal has all of the standard modes. It has pan follow, lock mode, follow mode, POV mode, and vertigo mode, which some of you might know as vortex mode, depending on the brand of gimbal you're used to. One of the standout features on this gimbal is definitely the zoom and focus wheel, which you can use when you're in the ZY Cami app that comes with the gimbal. See how easy it is to zoom in and out with this thing. And you can also use it to pull focus. If for whatever reason the gimbal is not positioned exactly where you want it, you can always manually adjust it using the joystick. If you want to recalibrate, you just double tap on the trigger button, and if you triple tap it, it will turn 180 degrees, so you can now film yourself instead using the high quality cameras on the back of your phone. Oh, and it charges via USB-C, which I love. The perfect companion for this gimbal is Rode's newest little shotgun mic, the Video Mic Go 2. I mean, if you're getting incredibly smooth looking video footage, you want the audio to be amazing as well, and this tiny mic will get you there. I have a Rode NTG5 boomed right here just out of frame, and this is basically that, but a lot smaller. And because it's a shotgun mic, it will pick up what's right in front of it, and it will reject most of the noise around it, which makes this great for vlogging. It comes with a little windscreen and a shock mount, and it connects directly to your phone via USB-C to Lightning cable. You can of course also use this mic on your camera and even as a USB mic for your computer, which at around $100 is pretty amazing. It sounds fantastic out of the box, but if you want to fine-tune your audio, you can do so using the Rode Central app. I would say that this is probably the best mobile mic out there for this price. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, please give it one of these. It really does make a difference. Subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.